led by Makawao product Colton Cowell and his career-high 12 kills last night. The 4th-ranked Rainbow Warrior volleyball team opened 2019 with a straight-set win over NJIT. Meanwhile, earlier in the day, Concordia-Irvine dropped to 0-4 with a sweep defeat at the hands of fellow MPSF program USC. Coming up, the Hawaiian Airlines Classic continues with a meeting between the Eagles of Concordia-Irvine and the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors. With that, we welcome you inside the Stan Sheriff Center. Kanoa Leahy next to Chris McLaughlin. C-Mac, take us through the Kaiser Permanente keys to the match.
Well, for Concordia, one of the players told me, if we play like we practice, we'll be in this game. That's what I think the key should be. And for Hawaii, 10-4, copy that. A carbon copy of last night's serving clinic should be enough to be successful tonight.
So it is Hawaii receiving first, and the set goes middle to Pat Gasman, and he is denied right off the bat. A 6'10 on 6'10 matchup in the middle. It is the redshirt freshman from Reading, Pennsylvania, Noah Lissandro, getting the better of the battle that time, and it's quickly 1-0 Concordia University Irvine, the Eagles, and it is Hawaii product Pono Ka'a'a with the serve. Outside set goes to Stein von Tilburg, and he blasts it off the block and out. Stein had his usual night at the office last night against New Jersey Institute of Technology. 11 kills, hit .562, and also recorded an ace. The Hawaiian Financial FCU starting lineups scrolling at the bottom of your screen. You will notice as we get into this thing, you'll see all three of the Hawaii products on the Concordia-Irvine side on the floor, as all three of Hawaii's front row blockers were up and waiting for that opposite side set. And it's quickly, oh, they're going to say that again, that goes out, and so it's quickly 2-1 in favor of Concordia. Jordan Hoppy now to serve for the Eagles, coming in 0-4 on the year. Lost last night in a sweep defeat against USC. Rado Parapunov from the left side getting the swing. It's blocked back. Here's Stein, and he just knuckles it by the Raymond Barsimian proposed block. And we're tied at 2.
Great shot by Stein. It was one of his goals this season to do better things with sets that he didn't like. He didn't think he has to hammer every single time. So he's trying to tool the block once in a while, hit shots that he doesn't normally hit, be a more versatile hitter.
He serves it over. Good pass here on the outside. It's Barsimian, diving save by Stein. Here's Colton Cowell, and his first swing is his first hitting error of the season. He had 12 kills last night, error-free. He hit 800 in about as auspicious a season debut as one could have asked for.
Yeah, that was really special. It's just so much fun to watch. He jumps so high, touches 11-6. Pretty much the highest on the team.
Joe Worsley goes outside to Colton, and right back to the redshirt junior goes the senior setter Worsley.
Interesting, his last 2 shots were cutbacks down the line, something he did not do much of last night. He's showing that he's going to develop a wide fan, being able to hit it cross court or line with ease.
So quickly, 3 serving 3, and Pat Gasman sends it across. Right side set, and that one blasted by the opposite hitter, Owen Chun. So Owen Chun, a 6'3" sophomore from Mililani High School out of Hanalani Schools. Head coach Sean Patchell saying he flies. A great leaper off the deck as Dalton Solberg is dug up. The set, though, tight to the net. Solberg couldn't put it down. So chance here for the Eagles. Bump set goes left side, and Raymond Barsimian gets it to the net.
Yeah.
So a net violation there against Concordia, and it belongs now to Hawaii. Tied at 4, Rado Parapunov to serve. Let's take another look at that. Net violation, it was on the follow-through. I think it was Hawaii that touched it. You're right. So a fortunate call or miscall there for Hawaii. And then the out ball for Concordia-Irvine from Owen Chun. And it is 5-4 in favor of the Rainbow Warriors. Sean Patchell is the head coach for the Eagles in his 6th season atop the program. A program that began in just 2013. Outside set, that's Barsimian blocked back. Barsimian a second time off the fingertips of the block, saved by Gage Worsley. Joe Worsley got blocked. And then a mishandle there by Dalton Solbrig. So we're seeing things a little erratic on both sides of the net here in the early goings of set one.
Certainly Hawaii not picking up where they left off last night, where they hit .619 monster kill percentage and just smooth as silk in the offensive systems they ran.
Good serve there by Barsimian. Better pass, though, by Colton Cowell, and that affords Joe Worsley that option, and he takes advantage with the dump shot.
Exactly. Colton Cowell, I think, has refined his passing skills by playing a lot of beach volleyball this summer. And in the fall, I think he had the highest passing numbers in the fall as well here playing indoor.
Yeah, he and Brett Rosenmeyer, his teammate on the beach, they were just phenomenal as Joe Worsley gets a solo stuff against Jordan Hoppe.
One-on-one. Normally that's the advantage to the attacker. Joe Worsley would have none of it, pressing that ball back into the court. He's showing that even though he may be diminutive, he can be big at the net.
Well, there's the serve coming from Colton Cowell. Tickles the tape. Back row set, and that is Barsimian. 6'6" redshirt junior from La Crescenta, California. An all-MPSF second-team selection a year ago. Last year was the first season in the MPSF for this Concordia-Irvine program.
He led the team in points, kills, and aces last year. He was really strong. This year gotten off to a slower start, even though he worked out in the national team gym all summer long.
So 6 serving 7. Joe goes outside to Stein, touches it off the block, and again, you're right. Stein choosing when to rear back and unleash it, but at other times he has just played sort of the savvy veteran, savvy senior type of game.
I really think it's going to make him a better player, a much better player.
So 3 kills for Stein on 3 attempts, and Dalton Solbrig, who last night had 4 aces to go along with 4 kills with the serve. Losandro dug up by Cowell. It's Gassman with the bump set to Stein, and that time a little more oomph. But it's the same result. A kill for Stein von Tilburg and a point for the Rainbow Warriors.
Pretty good bump set by Gassman coming off the net, too.
Hawaii had 12 service aces last night. You already mentioned, as a team, they hit .619, the highest single match percentage for the Rainbow Warrior program since 2001, as Solberg sends it long.
18 years ago. Wow. That's
unbelievable.
A long time. Yeah.
It was New Jersey Institute of Technology being victimized in the 3-set win for Hawaii. However, in set 1, it was very tightly contested until it was 15-all. And then the Rainbow Warriors went on a run thanks to a Joe Worsley service line stint as Rado Potapunov comes swooping in. The D set that time from Joe.
Rado looking alive. Live arm, legs look fresh. Charlie Waite said a lot of the guys were dinged up at the end of the fall season. That Japan trip took a lot out of them. What they had, 32 sets in 4 days or something? It was a crazy number.
Oh, the roof is up. Jordan Hoppe was eclipsed that time by Gassman and Stein.
Pretty big block, 6'8" and 6'10". Rado is at 6'9". That's a huge front line right now. It's probably as big as any front line in the country.
Gassman with 4 kills, 3 blocks last night against NJIT. And Owen Chana's blocked that time. An even bigger block on that pin. C-Mac Gassman next to Potapunov, and a timeout called by the Concordia University Irvine Eagles.
Rainbow Warrior Volleyball on Spectrum Sports is sponsored by Bank of Hawaii and Hawaii Honda Dealers.
Welcome back. Night 2 of the Hawaiian Airlines Rainbow Warrior Classic. And Hawaii up 5 out of the timeout here against Concordia-Irvine. The block is up again. The scramble play here by the Eagles. It's Losandro in the middle who is able to just shove it through that Hawaii defense. And he gets the point for the Eagles. As mentioned, Concordia coming in 0-4. They've won only 1 set so far this season, and that came in the second stanza of their season opener against nationally ranked CSUN. Worsley going backside to Stein. Good dig there by Addison Enriquez. But nobody had his back. Enriquez, 5'10", sophomore out of Kamehameha, Hawaii. Started 2 matches at libero last year, but it is his gig here in his sophomore campaign. Part of that esteemed Enriquez volleyball family.
Or they had 4 players, 4 brothers, all playing the MPSF last year. All sons of Julie and Guy Enriquez.
The longtime Kamehameha Hawaii boys volleyball coach.
And now the girls volleyball coach. He has had boys volleyball season off so he can travel and see his sons play. He's now got 3 in the MPSF. There he is right there, Guy.
Yeah, it was shortly after Addison and Avery finished up their high school career that he announced he was stepping away from the boys volleyball side. Good dig there by Stein over the net and out. So give the kill to Raymond Barsimian. As you mentioned the Enriquez, you had Corey, who played at UH and has developed into the assistant marketing director here at the University of Hawaii. Emmett at Cal Baptist, Evan at Stanford, and then Avery at Grand Canyon, and here is Addison here for Concordia-Irvine. So, yeah, volleyball-enriched family, to say the least, as Gassman finds the floor from the middle. Hawaii first to 15 here in set number 1. So timeout on the floor. We'll take a break as well. Bows by a half dozen. Welcome back. Let's go inside the numbers presented by Heineken. The number is 619. That's the Rainbow Warriors hitting percentage last night. And as mentioned, the best in the rally scoring era since the 2001 season when they went 638 against CSUN. So it's been a while since the Rainbow Warriors were that prolific and that efficient. It was on all cylinders in the opener last night against NJIT.
It was as good as clinic of serving as I've seen in the collegiate game in a long time.
Not too shabby here so far in set 1 for the Bows. They're hitting 467 as that one is pounded down by Hunter Howell in the middle, 6'7" senior from San Diego. Hawaii also siding out at 89% here in this opening frame.
You know, if you side out at 70%, you'll win most matches. But 89, that's astronomical. It doesn't help that Concordia-Irvine is hitting negative 062 right now.
Hawaii getting that season opening win, so they're now 32-9 all-time in season openers, including now 6 straight under Charlie Wade. They are 8-2 during his head coaching tenure. Chandler Gibb, the other setter, with the serve here for Concordia-Irvine. And Rado goes off the block and into the pin. Harapunov looking pretty lively here in the early going, C-Mac.
He really does look sharp, and I think Hawaii really needs him to be sharp and healthy all year long at that opposite position.
You mentioned some of the dings, some of the bumps and bruises. His shoulder was giving him a little bit of issues leading up to the regular season here. And the block is up. Guess who? Joe Worsley again.
Last night he does it from behind the service line, turns the match around. Tonight, it's at the net. Go figure. Watch him reach into the seam right there. Puts his left hand into the seam because Solberg is a little late getting out there. Nice move by Jumpin' Joe.
So Joe asked me prior to first serve tonight to give a shout out to his pops, Roger, back home in Moraga. They're watching, I'm sure. And it is Roger's birthday today, so happy birthday. That block, as well as the earlier solo, those are for you.
Yeah.
Happy birthday from Joe.
I think in last night's 3 kills and 5 service aces, those were for Roger too.
That's right. Joe Worsley, how much fun do you think he's having this year in this system with the up-tempo? Charlie Wade has basically said, hey, look, you are going out there free reign. Like, I'm cutting the cord here, Joe, you do you. And it seems as though Worsley has certainly gotten comfortable in that setting.
Yeah, I think he, last weekend, he got a little bit too creative, and I think Charlie had to pull the reins in just a little bit, but just be slight fine-tuning here and there as far as Joe's offense is concerned. But Joe's proven that he can handle his volleyball IQ is so high. He comes in and draws things on the board every day with new plays, new ways to do things. And Charlie Wade just sits there in amazement going, wow, this guy really knows his volleyball stuff.
Second team AVCA All-American a year ago. He ranked second nationally in assists per set, over 11 assists per set. And I think the true measurement of his effectiveness, more than just the assist per set numbers, there were 9 matches last year where Hawaii hit above 400. And if you're getting that result, then you're doing your job as the setter.
Yeah. No question.
Katapunov forces the pass tight to the net, and it's a freebie here for the Bows. Worsley surveys, goes back row to Stein. Great dig there by Chandler Gibb, and it's returned. Worsley this time, the slide to Dalton Solbrig. We saw that last night. They busted out again here in set number 1.
Solbrig catches a split block. What every hitter would like. See that hole in the block there, middle. Hunter Howell late getting out there, and Solbrig makes him pay.
One of the many unique wrinkles that Charlie Wade has introduced here in 2019. Don't see a lot of that on the men's side. Back row set, and a good-looking swing there by Jordan Hoppe. So point for the Eagles. It's 11 serving 18. They have a tall hill to climb here.
There's Hoppe hitting the Bick out of the back row quick.
And the serve is pumped way long there. Raymond Barsimian perhaps a little too pumped up. Had 5 kills on 24 swings, had a block solo in the loss last night to USC. USC, by the way, pulling out a 4-set win over New Jersey Institute of Technology earlier this evening. And how about the action? A filthy serve, courtesy Colton Cowell.
Mean hook. He was serving area 1 to area 1. Last night he was serving area 5 to area 5. Showing he's pretty versatile from behind the service line.
20 serving 11. Here it comes. A little more heat that time. Enriquez with the first touch. Good dig there by Rado. Stein, and a net violation is called against Concordia-Irvine. So the point goes to the Rainbow Warriors.
Those Worsley back set the ball to Stein. He could have set in front of him to Rado, but the block was well formed there. Back setting to Stein. Stein got a little bit more of a split block, and look at Worsley or Cowell again.
Another ace, Colton Cowell. I think the fans are starting to take notice of this redshirt junior here.
I think they are. It's worth the price of admission to come watch him play. Or even just warm up.
Yeah,
how hard he hits the ball, how high he jumps.
Oh, the roll shot there. The pass by Enriquez. Middle set, Howell is dug up. Here's Cole from the back row. Caught the fingertips of the block. Good dig along the end line by Jonathan Carlson. Hawaii now on the attack. Stein blocked and roofed. And good stuff at that outside pin defensively for Concordia-Irvine. That was Darcy Tague, a 6'6" junior from Victoria, Australia.
Very disciplined, very still in his block. Didn't do a swing block into there. No overreaching. Very good form there from Darcy Tague. He's only played 5 sets this year. That might earn him some more time with blocks like that.
Hawaii by double digits, though. Stein with the touch shot, and it hits the floor. Again, we're seeing the whole array here from SVT. 6'8" senior from Amsterdam, Netherlands. 6th in the nation last year with 3.9 kills per set. He also hit 328 for the season. Not too shabby for an outside. Here's James Anastasiadis. 23 serving 12. Alessandro dug up over the net. Flying in, that's Hoppe. Good defensive action by Hawaii. Cowell is dug up by Gibb. Here's Tague off the fingertips of the block. Hawaii with the advantage. Rado Dug up over the net, one-handed style by Gibb. Here's Stein off the block. Worsley plays it, but a net violation goes against the Eagles. And that ends a lengthy rally. And Hawaii now has Aloha ball here in the first, much to the chagrin of Sean Patchell.
He's up there talking to Aaron Hill and saying, come on, you just ruined the rally. Come on. That was a great rally. You don't normally see the ball go over the net that many times in men's volleyball. That was probably 4 or 5 times in the Klaus.
So Anastasiadis serving for the set. Outside, Jordan Hoppe looking very happy there. 6'4" junior from Greendale, Wisconsin, opened his collegiate career at Orange Coast College. Showing some major bounce on that approach.
And he's from Wisconsin. You know what his favorite food is?
Cheese.
His favorite dish is cheese curds and custard ice cream. Who does it? Who eats cheese curds and custard ice cream?
Well, when there's so much readily available where you grow up, I guess so. Quick middle. That had to travel a long way, but Worsley able to still go quick to Gassman. And Hawaii wins set 1 by 12, 25-13. On night 2, more of the same from these Rainbow Warriors. Welcome back. Let's check out how it works, presented by Central Pacific Bank CMAC.
We'll take a look at Joe Worsley here. Oh, I guess we're going to take a look at Dalton Solberg. He's going to go right at Worsley and run a step-out maneuver. You don't see much in men's volleyball. He runs to the outside towards the pin and leaves the middle blocker behind, because you know what? Worsley can dump the ball there, so the middle blocker's got to honor Worsley's attacking ability. So therefore, when Worsley decides to jump, he jumps up, doesn't dump the ball, back sets it, and then Dalton Solberg's left with a split block. Hard to stop.
And what's interesting is, just like last night, you see the reaction from the blockers on the opposite side of the net, and they looked in that moment pretty stupefied. That's just not something you practice for or see in the men's game.
Yeah, but they do it a lot in the women's game, so they're going to take some notes, watch some video, talk to some women's coaches that know how to run that play and defend it. It does pose, I think, a unique challenge for the opposing teams that Hawaii has to play. They've now got a new blocking scheme they've got to worry about and practice for that they wouldn't normally do.
We got Max Rosenfeld, 6'7" sophomore from New Lenox, Illinois. In and back to serve here for the Rainbow Warriors, making his season debut. By the way, Hawaii hitting .462 as a team in that opening stanza, siding out at 92%. It was yet again another dominant performance here in the early part of this 2019 campaign for this Rainbow Warrior squad.
That means 13 out of 14 times the Rainbow Warriors got a point on the first contact. When the ball served over, they scored 13 out of 14 times. That's crazy. Like I said, 70 is really good. You'll win a lot of matches. At 70, to go to 92 is amazing.
And 8 kills in that first set for Stein von Tilburg. He's hitting .700 with just 1 error. Here's Colton Cowell up the elevator. Good one-handed save there by Enriquez. Hoppe off the block and out. Tools the block for the Concordia point. And he and the rest of the Eagles gang pumped up after Hoppe records kill number 4.
Nice set from Chandler Gibb, too. Nice little back set. Hoppe goes up and just hammers the high hands.
Hoppe, the team leader, 2.69 kills per set, hitting .232 on the year. With 5 kills, hit .333 in the loss to the Trojans last night. Here's Potapunov going high hands. Bump set. And Barsimian comes flying in. He goes off the triple block and down, and a positive start here for the Eagles. What has been the case here so far for Concordia-Irvine, by all accounts, is this is a team that in the practice gym has played really well and trains really hard and plays pretty quality volleyball when the doors are closed. It's in these game situations it hasn't quite translated. What do you make of that, C-Mac?
I think that they're going to break out at some point. They're going to break out. They're going to really cause a lot of other teams' problems, because they are physical. They're well coached. They've got skill at the right positions. And they know how to win. Last year they had so many upsets. Sean Patch was telling us we had a target on our backs this year because we beat a lot of good teams last year and they're out to get us.
Oh, that pass was tight to the net and too tight for Chandler Gibb to handle. So a point for Hawaii. As Dalton Solberg getting his fingertips all over the early portion of this second set. High toss by Potapunov, down the line it goes. So Eagles out of system. It's Barsimian from the back row, just two hands it over. Advantage Hawaii. Worsley, you can almost see that one coming. Got so high above the tape. Was able to just see the opening, and he seized it.
When he goes to the front row, he is no longer a liability about being a short blocker or being a non-attacker. He is now a great blocker and a great attacker. No liability there.
A sky-high toss from Potapunov, and that was a heater. And an ace. A little too hot to handle that time for Barsimian. Potapunov, who had 23 aces last season. And again, really started to turn it on over the last 8 or 9 matches of 2018.
And Potapunov played on the Bulgarian junior national team in one of the European tournaments. He got best server in 2016 and best spiker in 2015.
Barsimian, good save along the back line there by Stein. Rado maneuvering all the way over to that opposite position, and he's able to rattle it off the block and out. A timeout signaled by Sean Patchell as the Rainbow Warriors beginning to find traction in set 2. Welcome back. Let's take a look at tonight's Jack Fact. Career nights last night versus NJIT. Both Joe Worsley and Dalton Solberg set new career highs in service aces. Worsley had 5 of them, and Solberg had 4 service aces. You pointed out the fact that Dalton Solberg, previously a jump floater type of server. No longer the case. Colton Cowell taking advantage of the overpass, and right now the Rainbows are running thanks to Rado behind the service line.
Notice that Colton Cowell got the tap down after the overpass. Guess who we went and congratulated? Rado.
Got to do it.
Way to go, Colton. Rado's doing all the work here.
Yeah, that's right. He should get the assist. Pass tight to the net there by Enriquez, and he has to send a free ball Hawaii's way. Worsley goes back to Rado. Punched up in the air by Gibb. Bump set, this goes to Tague, roll shot, diving, saved by Potapunov. Here's Cowell, is blocked back. Rado this time from way behind the line is still able to make it work. Doing a little bit of everything.
The highlight, though, from that play, I think, was Rado's dig. He just lays out all 6 foot 9 inches of him. And at the end, he's just got to step close. No big approach. He hammers that 3-man block anyway. No fear by Rado tonight.
Yeah, that was an example of some of his progression as a volleyball player. That was a dig that Rado probably wouldn't have made a season or 2 ago.
I would totally agree. He takes pride in becoming a better defender, better blocker now than he ever has been.
Worsley! How about that?
That's why this team's so fun to watch. It's unpredictable. You don't know what's going to happen next.
Timeout, Concordia-Irvine. 8-2. Rainbows in front. The improvisational talents of Joe Worsley in full effect right there, C-Mac, prior to the timeout.
Most teams would let that ball come over them. They run a play. Not Worsley. He's not going to set this ball. He's going to hit it. Surprising everybody on the court. And probably the coaching staff as well.
Just vaulting off of the deck there. And Hawaii up 8-2. And Potapunov continues to serve. Another smoker. Tague runs up, 3 blockers up. Did they get a piece? No touch. And it's another Rainbow Warrior point. This is a 9-0 run. It was 2-0 Concordia-Irvine. And then Hawaii got the side. Potapunov retreated back behind the service line. And the complexion has changed, to say the least. Another great serve. Beautiful pass, though. And Hawaii will play it the other way. Worsley to the slide maneuver again. This time, though, Solberg misses what was an open floor on that far sideline.
Well, he got a lot of arm on that one. I don't think he missed that by much. Well-executed play, except for where the ball landed.
So Noah Lissandro, redshirted a year ago with the serve, and he deals an ace from out of the deck. And a much-needed point from the service line for Concordia-Irvine. They didn't get too many of those, just one, in fact, in that first set. Saw some of the emotion there from Lissandro trying to urge his teammates on. And it's another ace, back to back. And the Eagles trying to get back in it here in the second stanza.
This is a popular serve these days internationally, serving from area 5, which is the position where Lissandro's serving. The ball's just in. And serving it to the opposing team's area 5. This time he goes to area 6, middle of the court.
Solberg going to the middle of the court as well on that quick set from Worsley.
When Lissandro's serving that area 5, he's forcing Colton Cowell to pass a tough ball and be on the move and not get ready for his approach.
Cowell with the serve. A pass there by Enriquez. Middle set put down by Hunter Howell. AVCA All-American honorable mention a season ago, the first in program history. And as we mentioned, this is still a program very much in its infancy, played in the NAIA for a handful of years prior to making the transition to the MPSF a season ago.
In fact, winning the national championship and Sean Patchell being voted Coach of the Year.
Over the shoulder set goes to Stein von Tilburg, dug up by Enriquez. Back row set, and that's Hoppy sending it wide.
Well, Hoppy had a pretty clear net. I'm not sure why he tried to hammer that so hard. He really just needed to place it in. I think he would have been successful. With high hands when he didn't have to.
11 serving, 6 Solberg. Had to roll it over, caught a piece of the tape. A swing there by Parker Mackey. Stein off of one leg is blocked. Good cover there by Cowell. Here's Rado from the back row. And the Bulgarian blaster does it again.
What a night Rado's having. Just on fire. Everything he touches is turning to gold.
That's 5 kills for Rado. No errors, hitting .556. He also has 6 digs.
I think that's the stat line he should be most proud of. Something he's been working hard on.
A touch shot there by Tague. Pulled the string at just the right time. So we did see in that opening frame, Sean Patchell making the change at setter. Pono Ka'a'a, the Punahou alum, a 5th-year senior, got the start here tonight. But Patchell going to the other 5th-year senior and the other team captain, Chandler Gibb, from about the middle portion of that first set on. Trying to see if he can somehow light a spark here for his team offensively. He says there's not much of a difference between either setter. And in fact, he says Ka'a'a is one of those guys that really kind of lights the fire among his teammates emotionally out there on the floor. Out of sync on the Concordia side, so Hawaii looking to take advantage. Great dig there by Tague. And finding the open floor deep was Hoppy.
Concordia starting to get really scrappy in the back row, digging balls, hard-driven balls. But Hawaii's getting good swings on. Concordia just popping them up.
Preseason pick to finish 6th in the MPSF. UCLA once again the favorite. Interesting that they went up against an MPSF foe in USC last night. Rado. He was up over the block there, fell to the floor, and that's always scary to see. Looked like maybe he came down on Lissandro's foot, but he seems to be okay. And so the rest of the Rainbow bench can breathe a sigh of relief as it appears as though Rado's okay. Look how high the point of contact was there for Parapunov, and I think the argument for Sean Patchell is that Rado came into the net afterwards, and of course we can't quite see how the feet positioning worked there at the tail end of that, but you saw Rado going down in a heap.
I thought Rado went into the net before the ball touched the ground on the other side. I'm not sure there's going to be a challenge on that or not.
Yeah, we don't have an official challenge taking place.
Do you tell him they netted?
And Patchell's still arguing his point. It would be a reviewable play.
Correct.
I had it down, Captain. Actually, I had the ball
Patchell
down.
continues to have a conversation with Ernie Ho. And I agree with you. I think the net contact took place prior to the ball hitting the floor. More importantly, though, you saw Rado coming down directly on the foot of Noah Alessandro. And so very fortunate that that didn't turn out to be a much uglier result from Parapunov's standpoint.
Actually, Rado's lucky to be getting a little rest here.
That's a good point as well.
As Patchell tops with Ernie Ho.
Dixon Chun, the R1, top of the ladder.
I think they're talking about whether or not Rado net before the ball hit the ground or after the ball hit the ground. That's my contention.
Linda Rusher, Dean Tamura, the two line judges. I'm wondering if this is a situation where Sean Patchell should just go ahead and challenge the call with a review replay.
Captain is down. We're going this way. That's it.
Yeah, he definitely hit the net before the ball hit the ground.
Well, after a long discussion, looks like no change.
No change.
And no challenge, which is maybe the biggest shocker there.
Yeah, that surprises me.
14 serving 8. Here it comes from Stein. D-set goes to Tague. Worsley backside to Rado down the line and in. Parapunov has it all working right now.
I guess his ankle's okay.
Thank goodness for that. As Hawaii gets to 15 first, and we have a timeout on the floor. A 7-point advantage here for the Rainbow Warriors.
Well, Hawaii hitting 462 in the first set, hitting a mere 526 in this set. Just humongous numbers. Joe Worsley setting a great offense. His attackers are doing a nice job of, when the set's not just right, they're keeping the ball in play or making smart shots. It's really fun to watch this. This is kind of an efficient offense that didn't happen last weekend when they hit like 160 and 240 or something. Horrible numbers. They normally hit 340 last year as a team. So for them to sort of clean things up after the UBC matches and play this efficiently offensively this weekend, encouraging to see.
Some of the fans, that fan in particular, getting in the groove here midway through this match. Let's check out the first Hawaiian Bank top 3. Hawaii's returning block leaders. We mentioned they returned a ton of blocking production from a season ago, but Pat Gassman at the top of the stack, followed by Solbrig and Parapunov. Gassman, an ABCA All-American honorable mention a year ago.
Like both of Hawaii's blockers there, Gassman and Solbrig, up on the Ryan, the Middle Blocker Watch Award nationally. The Ryan Millar Watch. Kind of like the 5 best middles in the country are being watched all year long to see who's going to get the Ryan Millar Award. There's a Karch Kirai Award for the best outside hitter, Eric Shoji Award for the best libero, and the best smile by Patrick Gassman.
Doesn't it seem like Pat Gassman always knows where the camera is and which camera is actually on him?
Hey, listen, I'm just glad he threw away his skateboard. You know?
That's right. No more of that.
It cost him a year of volleyball.
And going off the block and out was Jordan Hoppe. So a good point out of the timeout there for Concordia-Irvine.
In fact, I got to check I haven't checked the locker room lately to see if he's left the broken skateboard above his locker to remind him daily to never skateboard again.
That's right. Sat out 2016 after suffering the broken leg because of the skateboard accident as Rado Patapunao goes cross-court. We're seeing Rado in true efficient fashion here tonight. That is kill number 8 on 12 swings. And he is still blemish-free. As we have Jackson Van Ekeren into the game. 6'6" sophomore from Naperville, Illinois. Back to serve. Played by Lissandro off of the ricochet. Hoppy is denied by Cowell. Tried to get cute with it, and Cowell just hung up there. Largest lead here of set 2 for the Rainbow Warriors.
It's got to be tempting for the outside hitters on any team that's playing Hawaii to pick on Colin Cowell because he's the shortest blocker up there. You know what? Cowell touches 11-6. He goes up there and hangs and floats and taps it down like he did just then.
Highest touch.
As if he was 6'10".
Highest touch on the team, as a matter of fact. Lissandro is blocked by Solberg. Outside it goes to Tague, the dink. Pinballed around. We're going to have a net violation called against Hawaii. Sean Patchell turning up the volume to make sure the officials caught that one. You know, interesting dynamic playing out here for Sean Patchell. Was a member of BYU's very first NCAA men's volleyball team back in 1990. He had a tremendous 4-year career, went on to play professionally in Spain. But as he is now evolved as a head coach, including a stint at BYU from 2006 to 2010. Here he is in the very early stages of the development of this Concordia University Irvine program. So as a player and now as a head coach, he has helped to guide the sort of burgeoning stage of a major men's volleyball program. He says there have been parallels as well, as Cowell goes way up there, but sends it long.
It'd be fair to say that Sean Patchell loves challenges.
Oh, yeah. It says he feels like Concordia-Irvine is poised for great things. Location-wise, they're in the midst of all of that volleyball talent over there in Irvine, California. He says they actually jumped in front a little bit of the game plan, sort of the long-term plan in their first year in the MPSF. They logged wins last season. As you see another kill there by Cowell over BYU, CSUN, Grand Canyon, Loyola Chicago, Stanford, USC. They got some quality victories a season ago. He said, you know, we were actually ahead of the curve, I think. And the assumption was, well, here in 2019, we'll just take yet another step. Not so easy here in the early portion of the year.
Exactly. And he's finding that he's got a target on his back. And all these teams that he beat last year are just out to absolutely annihilate them if they can.
And unable to get it over the net was Jonathan Carlson. So an easy point there for Hawaii. You saw Philippe Humler, 6'7" freshman from Czeska Budiovica.
You say that again, please?
Czech Republic. I would prefer not to. Czeska Budiovica.
And he's come in for Rado. Looks like Rado might be taking the rest of the night off. As you said, blemish-free, 8 kills, no errors in 12 tries. 6 digs. I'd be surprised if he came back in. Charlie Wade, I think, just cannot afford to be playing with players like Rado and having him play too much, especially if he's coming off a tweak of an injury, especially when he's got the match in hand. So I think it's a good move to put in Humler.
You like the way Humler looked in his debut last night.
I did. I like the way he played. He was good.
That was a blasty blast from Cowell. Tague unable to put it down. Worsley goes middle to Solberg. And that one had an artsiness to it.
Did you see where he set that ball from? He was at the middle of the court. Normally you set that 31 set from like along the net. Joe Worsley was halfway in the middle of the volleyball court and set it to Solberg. Just fired it on a line. As we see Rado getting worked on, I think, by Rene Shigemura. Or, yeah, he's getting some ice. Yeah, he's done for the night, I'm sure.
Ice on that ankle that held up despite falling on Noah Alessandro that one instance here in set number 2. But for precautionary purposes, I'm sure they're saying, hey, look, good night. We got a pretty significant lead here. Let's pull him out. Let's start the treatment right away so it doesn't swell up any further than it may.
Smart move.
Good look there at Charlie Wade.
It's interesting that Rado did get one more kill after the ankle, remember?
Correct.
He'd kill him right after that.
Just wanted to make sure he was right.
Yeah.
22 serving 11. Another heater from Cowell. Luke Krizmarzik, the southpaw with the swing, but he misses the floor, and it's another point for the Rainbow Warriors. Krizmarzik, a 6'4" frosh from Torrance, California, playing in just his 4th set of the season.
A couple of good passes by Jonathan Carlson in the back. He's only played 5 sets this year, but he's taking some heat and putting it up in a nice ball. Another nice pass by Carlson.
And a good set to the middle, handled well by Hunter Howell.
Hunter Howell's the guy you want to set if you get a good pass because he puts it down at a pretty good clip. He hits some 358 on the year. He had 344 last year, 396 the year before that.
See what he did last night against SC.
He's the one player who's the shining star as far as kill percentage is concerned.
Concordia lost 4 seniors from a season ago. Here's Worsley, backside to Humler. Well done. As Philippe Humler, who had 2 kills on 3 swings last night, gets kill number 1 tonight.
Welcome to men's NCAA volleyball, Philippe.
A little bit of a glimpse of the future. He is
Czech national team. He's got a few international games under his belt.
Oh yeah, he's played some elite level volleyball. As Stein touches that one down, you think about this group of seniors for Hawaii. This is only match 2 in 2019, but Humler very much the future at the outside position. Hawaii takes set 2, 25-12. They'll have a chance on night 2 to crack open the broom closet. Welcome back. Taking a look at the McDonald's match statistics. Another gaudy kill percentage through the first 2 sets, Chris.
Well, the stats are about as lopsided as the scores are, 25-13, 25-12. And look at the 500 kill percentage to 0.62. It's just, it really is gaudy is the only way to describe it. Hawaii just putting up some amazing numbers. Not as many service errors tonight. You know why? Concordia's passing the ball pretty well. They got some guys that are passing the ball, keeping the ball on their own side of the net so they can at least run a play and not get aced, not have too many overpasses.
But still just 1 service error for the Rainbow Warriors. And yeah, not accumulating the aces that they did on night 1 for sure. But still serving really, really tough. Corner Crew talked a little bit about it. That run by Rado Patapunov in set number 2 was something to behold. That's becoming, here in the very early goings of this season, very early on, that's becoming an identity of this squad.
Yeah, and Charlie Wade said when we serve, in his last 10 years of coaching, when we serve the ball in 90% of the time, we win 100% of the time. So I'm sure he's told that to the players. Hint, hint. Now, he doesn't give many signals, you know, by the way. A lot of coaches will give signals behind their clipboard, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and indicating the zone the coach wants the ball served to. Charlie doesn't do it. He expects the players to watch a lot of videos, read the scouting report that Josh Walker puts together, and then execute. Once in a while, he'll talk to them after they come out after a serving turn, but rarely. He really trusts their serving instincts.
Yeah, the things he worked on service-wise was maybe the position of where his players would serve from. A lot of them, he suggested they move further back from the service line so they'd have a little bit more room to work with on the other side of the net. It's worked wonders for several of the Rainbow Warriors. As Brett Rosenmeyer among those getting the start here in set 3. A little scramble play. Here's James Anastasiadis with the swing. Middle set goes to Lissandro, and he's able to send it past the diving efforts of Brett Rosenmeyer. So Rosenmeyer, the 6'6" senior from Virginia Beach, Virginia, was teammates with Colton Cowell at the World University Beach Championships in Munich, Germany this past summer. They placed 13th in the world and just were absolutely highly competitive on the beach scene, as Cowell unable to put that one down. And going off the block and out is Jordan Hoppy.
And Charlie Wade has chosen to flush out 50% of the starting lineup. He's got 3 newcomers out here in this set. And it might take him a while to get used to things, but we'll see.
2 serving 0. Worsley goes D set to Anastasiadis, and he gets it down. And 1 kill last night versus NJIT.
Anastasiadis is the kind of guy who wants to make himself as versatile as possible. So he's a serving specialist. He can play out and he can play outside.
And worked himself into incredible shape here for the 2019 season. Could serve
his best shape of his career.
Easily. As Worsley with another good serve, but a good swing off of the net from Raymond Barsimian. We haven't heard much from Barsimian since that first set. That is kill number 4 for him. For the match now, Concordia-Irvine hitting 115. Hoppy going for it all there from the service line, but into the twine it goes. So here's now Colton Cowell getting ready to send it across.
I think Concordia can serve even tougher. They've only had 4 service errors all night long. I think they can take some more chances, put Hawaii's offense into a little bit of a jeopardy.
Cowell taking a little something off of that one. And then Barsimian gets roofed. It's Max Rosenfeld next to Brett Rosenmeyer. So a rosy block up front for the Rainbow Warriors.
And Brett got most of it, but Rosenfeld did a nice close there, tightening up that block.
Little extra oomph there that time for Cowell. Barsimian goes off the block, diving save Worsley. Anastasiadis with 3 blockers up against him, and he wasn't able to penetrate. And Charlie Wade's walking over. He's grabbing the challenge paddle. So we're going back to the challenge paddle as opposed to the green challenge card. This is extremely significant here. Remember, they had 2 paddles. There was a time, right? It was like 2 seasons ago where each coach had a paddle. It wasn't the laminated green card. It was a paddle to raise if you wanted to challenge the call. And then somehow, inexplicably, one of the paddles went missing.
Yeah.
And that was all she wrote for the paddles. But it looks like at least one of them's back.
Remember last year there was the Outrigger Hotels tournament where there was an Outrigger Hotels sign on one side of the paddle. And remember Jeff Nygaard from USC said, hey, if I hold this thing up and give it TV time, will I get a night at the hotel?
It's worth at least a discount of some sort, don't you think?
Yeah.
You think Charlie might be challenging a possible net violation on that exchange there?
Not sure what he asked for a touch, I think. I'm not sure where. Net violation.
See Charlie and Milan Zarkovic sharing a moment. So, yeah, the challenge is whether or not there was a net violation on the Concordia side.
Netcam should pick that up for sure. There it is, right there.
There it is.
Yeah, good call.
That was Lissandro. Ernie Ho pulls off the headset. They might get another look on our monitor. The monitor wasn't working, so Ernie's going to take a look at our monitor here.
Should we just tell Ernie what to call because we just saw it? Ernie, we can save your time.
If you want to interfere with the match and go against all of the ethics of broadcasting, then yes, you should.
Right there.
Yeah, that certainly looks like it. By virtue of that replay. Gotta love the net cam, huh?
Oh, yeah. Great feature.
All right, so looks like Ernie Ho has come to a decision. And the decision is, in fact, a net violation. So what does that make Charlie? 2 for 3 now this year's in this young season?
I don't know, but I'm sure he's counting somewhere. He's keeping track.
I believe he was 1 for 2 last night. The explanation now being given to Sean Patchell. And let's just say I don't think Coach Patchell is in agreement with the call.
Well, Alessandro's one who net. He should tell Coach Patchell, hey, lighten up. I was the one who net.
Patchell will call that athletic justice as Cowell goes into the net with the serve. But yeah, by virtue of the replay, it certainly was the correct call after the review by Ernie Ho of a net violation. This is now Alessandro getting ready to serve. Here's Anastasiadis. And how about the action between the Worsley brothers? Gage had to go down there on the serve receive, and then Worsley Joe had to bump it up, and he was able to still provide a nice nectar there on the opposite pin for Anastasiadis.
Birthday boy Roger coached him well.
Yeah, no kidding. How about the volleyball families that are represented here? The Enriquez family on one side of the net for Concordia, and the Worsley family on the Hawaii side as the roof is up for the Rainbow Warriors. Dalton Solbrig in the middle of the mix.
Looks like Sean Patchell's is going to contest that he's in a challenge that Hawaii was in the net that time.
All right, so Ernie Ho, a little deja vu here. He's going to go to the replay monitor to see if there was a net violation.
And to see if the replay monitor works.
Fingers crossed here along press row. So tomorrow will be the final night of the Hawaiian Airlines Rainbow Warrior Classic, and Hawaii will take on USC. The Trojans getting a 4-set victory over NJIT earlier this evening. It's going to be a busy day at the arena. You got the Rainbow Wahine basketball team on the floor in an early afternoon affair. Come down for the around 1 p.m. start time. And then you'll have the match between Concordia-Irvine and NJIT to precede the Hawaii-USC de facto, if Hawaii is able to win this match, de facto championship match for this tournament. And obviously much credit to Rich Sheriff and his arena staff, because their plan is to break down the Terraflex tonight, set up the basketball playing surface for the Rainbow Wahine tomorrow. After the Rainbow Wahine basketball game, put down the Terraflex again for the volleyball doubleheader. One exception they're making because of the time constraints. The benches are actually going to be on the opposite side for the volleyball matches. Benches are across from where we're perched up for basketball. And so what they are going to do is they're going to leave them there. The top official will switch sides and be on our side of the net. So it'll be a bit of a different vantage point, but they're doing so just to make it possible to pull all of that stuff off. That is ambitious.
Yeah, definitely is. A lot of work.
As you saw the call standing there after the replay review. Enriquez with the bump set to Barsimian. He goes through the block, punched up by Solbrig. Cowell centers it. Rosenmeyer against a triple block. Gets the kill anyway.
Good scrambling by the Warriors there. Good hand-eye coordination. Quick hands off the net.
Just staying with it.
There's a block. Top it up with one-handed pop-up. Nice bump set. Rosie hammering.
Meanwhile, Howell blocked by the tape that time, and Hawaii up 3. Rainbow Warriors hitting .500 for the match so far here in set 3 with a multitude of reserves on the floor. They're hitting .500. Rosenfeld pumps that one long.
I think adrenaline kicked in there for Rosie.
The other Rosie.
The other Rosie. Rosie 2. Rosie the younger.
Mosley goes middle. Solbrig bounces it off of the Terraflex.
That set is so difficult to block. You really have to dedicate one blocker just to Solbrig and hope that you can run out and chase down the pin hitters in case it doesn't go to Solbrig.
8 serving 5. D-set, that's Barsimian down the line, but wide, missed the floor. And another one of those runs being put together by the Rainbow Warriors. They have had at least one of these in each of the previous sets. And they've been able to garner significant separation because of them. A 5-1 run here for the Bows. Anastasiades just missed wide. And I think the players are urging Charlie Wade to challenge this call. Charlie had to find the paddle. Ernie Ho already had it. So the busiest man in the arena tonight, that guy right there, Ernie Ho, the R2, is going to have to don the headset and review another play.
That's what a lot of officials do internationally. I mean, even domestically. If a ball is coming right at them and it's coming at high speed, and they have to get out of the way, like the linesman did just then, they'll put their hands over their eyes and say, "I couldn't see it," and leave it up to the referee to make the call. They'll just go like blindfold, say, "I couldn't see it," in which case we'd be here watching for it anyway.
So Ernie Ho coming over to our monitor again. Let's see. That is awfully close.
Very close. It looked like it was on the line.
The call on the floor was out, and that's why Charlie Wade challenging this one. But it comes down to one of those, is there conclusive evidence enough to overturn the call on the floor? That's always the question. Sometimes we get into these situations.
This might be the best look right there. Maybe not. Blocked out by a player. That would have been the best look, though, I think, that last angle. This one here is hard to tell.
Yeah, this one's a little unenviable if you're Ernie Ho. I am happy I'm not in his position on this particular review. Third review of set 3, by the way. We're setting some records, possibly. In a span of just a few points. What do you think, C-Mac?
I liked it. I think it was on the line.
So you're calling that in?
Yep. But you know what, though? I wouldn't be surprised. I'd be okay if he called it out.
Better way to hedge. Very diplomatic of you.
I like this angle the best, but it's blocked by a player. Oh, yeah, maybe that was out from there. That angle, I think that looked out.
All right, looks like Ernie Ho has come to a decision. Drum roll, please. And it's out. You should have seen
they're booing the umpire.
Yeah, they're booing instant replay is what they're booing.
Yeah.
The whole concept of it. The Rainbow Warrior players' response was hilarious too, by the way. They were beside themselves. There's Jonathan Carlson with the serve. Paige Worsley with the pass. Joe goes outside to Rosenmeyer. And he delivers a six-pack to Addison Enriquez.
Tell you who made this play. Dalton Solberg took a blocker with him right there. Hunter Howell went up with Solberg, thinking another 31 was coming. And instead, it got fired out to the outside to Rosie, and Rosie delivered.
Barsimian into the twine, and you're starting to feel Concordia coming undone a little bit here at this juncture of set 3. So much so, Sean Patchell agrees and signals for a timeout. Largest lead of the third for the Rainbows. Welcome back. Time now for the Akamai Roofing Report. 16 blocks for the Rainbow Warriors in this one. 2 blocks apiece for Dalton Solberg, Joe Worsley, who had a solo deal early on as well in the match, and Pat Gassman. A 5-point advantage out of the timeout for the Bows. Good pass there by Carlson. Outside set goes to Hoppy. Denied access. Solberg and Worsley right on cue.
I love the way Jonathan Carlson passes the ball. He's passed some rockets. Puts it up right there where they can run an offense. Only to run into a very solid block by Worsley and Solberg.
Rosenmeyer to serve. Another good pass there by Carlson. Middle set. Hunter Howell. Return to sender. And it's a 4-0 run here for the Rainbow Warriors, and they are taking control as a couple of substitutes come in for the Eagles, as Owen Chun, the Mililani product, the sophomore out of Hanalani Schools, re-enters the match, and so does Pono Ka'a'a, 6'3" senior from Honolulu out of Punahou. A two-time team captain at Punahou, won a state title in his senior year. Owen Chun was an all-ILH selection at Hanalani Schools. Middle set, that's Howell, diving one-hand save, Rosie. Great chase down by Joe Worsley. And the placement was perfect by Anastasiadis.
How did that go down? Anastasiadis just puts us over with two hands, overhand set. It's in the air a long time. And no one home for the Eagles.
14 serving 6.
Carlson again with a great pass.
Hoppy, block out a piece, diving save. Anastasiadis jumps it outside to Colton Cowell, dug up nicely by Enriquez. Hoppy off the block and out. Jordan Hoppy with his 8th kill, but he is having to earn it each and every time.
This time he goes up and tries to tool Joe Worsley, and it works this time. Not so much about 3 times prior, though.
Howell with the long break.
Hoppy's got a cannon of an arm. I'm surprised he's not got more kills, but boy, he's had a pretty good block running.
Oh, the slide not executed that time for Hawaii. Chun off the block. Played up by Solberg. Here's Cowell, had to hang in the air, tried to touch it down the line, but just missed the floor.
If Colton Cowell wants to become the complete outside hitter, he's got to be able to convert on plays like that, where it's a broken play, and he's got to sort of dig into his arsenal and pick the right shot. That one there was, I think, obviously cutting off too much line, more than he can chew.
Set the bar so high for himself last night with the 12 kills, hitting 800. How about that pass, though? Anastasiadis comes swooping in.
Anastasiadis, who speaks fluent Greek, by the way, is having a ball.
Timeout. Welcome back. For the latest information on UH Athletics, go to hawaiiathletics.com. For UH news, tickets, videos, and more. Also, visit UH's Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube sites to follow your favorite teams and get current fan promotions. Hawaii hitting 500 for the match, 500 here in set number 3. As you see the family of assistant coach Josh Walker. The always present smile on Coach Walker's face as Rosenfeld goes into the net. So 9 serving 15, Hawaii up 2 sets to none, and here's Owen Chun. An athletic training major forces the overpass. Enriquez scoops up the dink there by Worsley. Carlson is dug up. Bench clears as Anastasiadis centers it, and then Rosenmeyer sends it over. Can Irvine convert? Here's Cowell, and they're going to say that he carried it. A lift violation called against Colton Cowell.
Looked like it stuck in his hand just a little bit too long. It's a judgment call, obviously, but I think if I was up top calling it, I would call it a slam dunk.
So 3 kills, 4 errors on 14 attempts here for Cowell, hitting -071. That time, no lift, touched it down, and gets the kill. And really what we saw transpire from Colton, a bit of an inexperienced mistake there. You never start off with the spectacular 12-kill, 800 night. You slowly build towards that. Set the bar so high for himself. Rookie mistake. Back row set, that's Carlson, dug up by Worsley. Gage takes on the setting responsibilities. Cowell comes in, unable to put it down. Back row set, Carlson. 3 blockers up. Now it's Hoppy, dug up by Rosenmeyer. Hawaii working to the advantage. Rosie from the back row. Misses the floor long. No touch, and it's a point for Concordia.
I think Charlie's probably out of challenge cards, otherwise he might challenge it. That was really close. Rose took a good swing at it. I thought it was a nice back row quick set from Joe Worsley.
Out serve. Hawaii gets a freebie. These two teams will meet up again as Hawaii has a single match scheduled on March 26th at Concordia-Irvine. A slew of road matches ahead for these Rainbow Warriors. Carlson down the line and in. You would have to certainly describe this as one of the tougher schedules that we've seen for Hawaii men's volleyball in a while. Their road trips this year will include really 3 of maybe the toughest places to play in all of men's volleyball. That is at BYU as part of the BYU Invitational, at UC Irvine March 1st and 2nd to start Big West Conference play, and at Long Beach State April 12th and 13th to end Big West Conference play. Who knows what'll be riding on those 2 matches come.
It's about as tough as it gets right there, those 3 gymnasiums.
Yeah. And Ekren with the serve forces the overpass. A little joust at the net. And it's going to be a Concordia point. Dixon Chun pondered that one for a little while before making the signal.
Off the block, you know. I know, but we were the
That's a tough one.
It was tough. Could have been off both players. Looks like Charlie Wade's going to challenge it.
This will be his last challenge. Just like in the women's game, if a match goes to a 5th set, each coach gets an extra challenge. But this will be Charlie's last regulation challenge.
This ball's a jump ball right there. Yeah, looks like Rosie touched it last. I think it's the right call.
I mean, that one is split almost right down the middle, and that's why it took Dixon Chun.
He waited and waited.
Tantalizingly long to make the call. And so the challenge on the touch. Charlie Wade uttering to himself, I have to challenge that, right?
And that aggressive play should be rewarded.
Third and final challenge.
Well, this may be match number 2 of the season, but Charlie Wade is in mid-season challenge form.
Yeah, I think it was a held ball, jump ball at the net, and then Rosie touched it last as he pushed it out of bounds.
I agree with you. I think it's just a hair distinction, but it is Rosenmeyer who touched it last, just by a split second.
Yeah, once as you look at it in slow motion, it's pretty obvious that he touched it last.
Certainly not enough to overturn the call, which was
correct.
Point Eagles. Hawaii only playing 3 matches in the month of January. That's really just this tournament, the Hawaiian Airlines Rainbow Warrior Classic. The call will stand. It's the alumni match on the 25th. And then they don't play again until February 1st, where they'll go up against Stanford here at the Stan Sheriff Center. So 13 serving 18. Brings it across. Worsley, back row. Cowell up the ladder and down the chute it goes.
This may be Colton Cowell's best shot, coming out of the back row, hitting the back row quick. That low set on about the 6-foot line. Jumping Joe gets up there just the right spot. Colton Cowell leaps, hangs, covers, and as you said, goes up the ladder.
I mean, just a broad jump of of incredible distance and height for Colton Cowell. As Jakob Tella from Norway with the serve. Scramble play here for Hawaii. Philippe Humler bump sets Rosenmeyer. Diving save, Enriquez, nicely done. Carlson off the block and down. We're seeing some scrappiness here from the Eagles in set number 3. Not going home easily here.
Nice save by Addison Enriquez to keep that rally going, and Carlson with a nice swing. He's been doing a lot of great passing. Now he's showing he can get done in the front row as well.
And that's an ace by Carlson, the 6'3" sophomore from Tacoma, Washington, who hadn't played yet this season prior to tonight.
His 2 favorite sports other than volleyball, snow skiing and surfing. And he's from Tacoma, Washington.
Yeah.
Go figure.
Not 2 sports you can do in the same day, that's for sure.
Nice dig by Enriquez.
Hoppy is blocked. From off the net, he'll take another crack at it, and this time he is blocked en route. As Dalton Solberg says, oh no, you don't. So 20 serving 15, Rosenmeyer back to serve. And it's a good one. Great pass though by Carlson, doing some really positive things there for the Eagles on that side. Rosenmeyer off of the bump set from Gage Worsley. Layout save Enriquez, but Humler pummels it home.
2 great plays back to back. There's Addison with the save, Humler with the kill. 2 great plays back to back.
Same thing, same thing. Go up, same thing.
See the 2 kills for Philippe Humler. 21 serving 15. Hoppy will get the set from Ka'a'a. And was there a touch? Yes, there was. Solberg and Humler going up to try to oppose that one. 16 serving 21. That could be a pretty competitive match tomorrow. NJIT versus these Concordia-Irvine Eagles to precede the Hawaii-USC match, which will, again, if Hawaii is able to finish the deal here, will represent the championship of this Hawaiian Airlines Rainbow Warrior Classic. Here's Humler. High off the block. Chased down by Gage. May have been an out ball. Cowell against a triple block.
Pretty smart play by Colton Cowell that time not to unload. He had 6 hands across. He was facing just a medium high hand shot is a smart play to make there. Keep the ball in play. Undiggable.
6 kills now for Colton, hitting a .05, but he also has 2 assists, 2 aces, 2 blocks, 3 digs. He is a stat sheet filler. If these first 2 nights of the season are any indication, Solberg goes long on the serve.
This we haven't mentioned this year. We talked about Rado having a great night, 8 kills, 0 errors, hitting .667. He's also leading the team in digs with 6.
Yeah.
When was the last time we saw Rado lead the team in digs and only play 2 sets to do it?
That's right. Humler laying the smackdown.
I got one.
Team got some weapons, huh, C-Mac?
Wow. More depth than I anticipated, I'll be honest.
Humler comes to the bench to an ovation. A lot of high fives from his teammates. We got a timeout by Concordia-Irvine.
You got to understand that when a team loses a guy like Austin Mataltia, who had some tremendous matches in his career here in Gage, a guy like Brandon Rattray, who, when he had his chances over the last couple of years, played really, really well when he played opposite behind Rado and opposite behind Stein. And all of a sudden, here comes the Czechoslovakian wonder just bringing the heat. It sort of makes you think that, oh, maybe Hawaii is still got depth. What do you think?
I mean, Humler, a guy who can play either outside hitter position on the left side or the right side. You saw him talking with Stein von Tilburg. And so, yeah, I think, like you said, the anticipation was you lose Austin, you lose Brandon. This is going to be a thin sort of second layer to the team. But nobody could, at least outside the program, could anticipate what Colton Cowell would turn into through fall camp and working himself into a starter. Still have Brett Rosenmeyer, who is just always ready for action whenever his number is called. And then, Philipp Humler, who is just pummeling volleyballs in a reserve role so far on these first two nights. It bodes well, and I think it justifies the sort of knowing smile that you got from Charlie Wade when you would talk to him prior to this weekend's season opening action. He knew that he had some weapons to work with. We're only really coming to that realization on this opening weekend.
And I think he was wise to take his team to Japan this fall. Instead of going to the mainland and playing just another college tournament, take him to Japan and have him do some different things like play some great defense. That's what the Japanese do better than anybody in the world.
Good dig there by Gage Worthy, but nobody had his back. Give the kill to Lissandro. And yeah, what they were able to see and compete against in Japan, I think, has inspired them, right? I mean, they saw that the style of play over there is much quicker. It's a much faster, defensive-oriented version of the game. And that's what this Hawaii team has adopted here, at least in this early portion of 2019.
See, with the Japanese, it's hard to put the ball down. They just dig so many balls. So as an attacker, you've got to come up with more tools in your arsenal.
There's Jakob Tella, who is actually a reserve setter, getting the swing on the outside, and the southpaw goes off the block and out just to add a little more depth as they rise here at the SSC. Colton Cowell will serve for the match. Aloha ball. Right side, swing. Or Simeon able to extend things a little bit longer.
Simeon now with his 5th kill. Along with 4 errors and 16 tries. Buck 62. 0-62.
Remains Aloha ball. Lissandro to serve. Two-handed by Gage. The set by Joe. Tella goes off the block. Middle set pounded home by Hunter Howell. And Concordia-Irvine not ready to pack it in just yet.
I really like Lissandro's serve. He's got a hybrid serve. It's not a jump float. It's got some spin on it like it's a jump serve. He locates it pretty well. He plays some pretty good defense there in that rally.
20 serving 24. It remains Aloha ball. Worsley goes back row to Cowell. And a net violation called against the Eagles. And that's how this one ends. The Rainbow Warriors take it a kahi'elua aloha on night 2 of the Hawaiian Airlines Rainbow Warrior Classic. And they improve to 2-0 on this young season.
Happy Stein Tilburg. In case anybody's wondering, Rado's wandering around and walking just fine.
He only played 2 sets, so did Stein von Tilburg, who finishes with a team-high 9 kills, hitting .571. The Rainbow Warriors hit .435 as a team. It wasn't quite as prolific numerically and statistically compared to what we saw last night, but still pretty gosh darn good, I would say.
100 points higher than their last year's average of 340, which was 4th in the country.
8 kills, no errors for Rado Patapunov. And Colton Cowell ends up with 7 put-downs, hitting a .50. Nice numbers for Dalton Solbrig as well. 6 kills, hitting .556. A lot of guys getting in on the action. I mean, heck, James Anastasiadis goes for 5 kills and hits .714. This is a team that through 2 matches, they're having a ball, C-Mac.
They really are. They seem to get along well. Chemistry looks good. They're all happy being 2-0 or 4-0 if you want to count last weekend's matches. I was impressed with, how about Rado leading the team in digs tonight in only 2 sets? I sure hope he gets the player of the game. What do you think?
I'm willing to bet on it, as a matter of fact. 9 total team blocks for the Rainbow Warriors tonight as well. Let's send it over to Scott Robbs.
Hey, thanks a lot, guys. Charlie, again, a very impressive evening. What I liked tonight was your blocking, and your defense really stepped it up as well.
Yeah, you know, and we got to play 13 guys, you know, and so it's good. Nice performance, and nice to get the win.
You saw Rod on that second set kind of tweak maybe his ankle a bit, put some ice on it. What's his status for tomorrow? Do you know?
No, he's great. I mean, he's a little ding, but I think he'll be fine. He could have gone back in. Just at that point, you know, he had that great service turn, kind of blow that set open. So just wanted to get him out and get some ice on it, and I think he'll be fine tomorrow.
All right, with the win, it sets up a true championship match tomorrow against USC. What can you tell us about the Trojans?
Well, they got some nice arms, you know, and they got a lot of guys that have been in the program for a while, so it should be a competitive match.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you. Aloha.
Back over to you, Kanoa.
Thanks a lot, Scott. Bank of Hawaii presents the players of the match. Addison Enriquez, 13 digs and 2 assists for the graduate of Kamehameha, Hawaii. And CMAC, Chris Stradamus strikes again, 8 kills, 667 average, 6 digs, 1 block, 1 ace for Rado Parapunov, who gets the call for Hawaii.
Certainly deserving, both players deserving. Addison getting twice as many kills as any other player on the court, so that was impressive. In men's volleyball, to get 13 digs in 3 sets, that's pretty amazing.
All right, so I'll give you the last word here. Hawaii improving to 2-0. Concordia-Irvine falling to 0-5. But it sets up, as Scott Robbs mentioned, a true championship tomorrow. Hawaii and USC, a classic rivalry. What do you make of that matchup? What are we anticipating tomorrow night?
You know, I think it's going to be a very interesting match. Certainly, Hawaii's going to be facing a team in SC that is very hungry from last year. They did not have a great year, and they're really wanting to turn things around. They actually have a mantra called resurgence, I believe. And part of their resurgence is just be playing better volleyball this year, more consistent volleyball. And it looks to me like they're headed in that direction. The true test will be tomorrow night. They certainly, as Charlie said, they've got some great arms, and they're very athletic. So we'll see what comes to pass, especially if Rado can't play for some reason. I think Philippe Pumler might be up to the task, or Anastasiadis.
Well, Hawaii took on USC for the championship in the inaugural Rainbow Warrior Classic a season ago. The rematch for the tournament marbles tomorrow night here at the Stan Sheriff Center. Don't forget about the Heineken post-game show, but for now, for Chris McLaughlin, I'm Kanoa Leahy. Until next time, tomorrow night, we bid you aloha from the Stan Sheriff Center.